What's up, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here after what I can only say is the most absurdly elongated intro ever. And I understand what Tyler was doing when he made it. It's about like letting people gather and get ready for it, but it's that intro is so long. I kind of love it though, I got to admit. And I probably love it a little bit more because the Packers were victorious today in a game that didn't matter. Obviously, preseason contest doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot, but the Packers are victorious 23-10 at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Jordan Love, 2 of 2, just throwing a dart to Dontavian Wicks for a touchdown, sitting him down, getting Sean Clifford out there probably a little bit earlier than expected. But you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Going over some of the stats, it's interesting to see. Um, you cannot deny the day Wilson had at running back, averaging 5.2 yards per carry, go along with a touchdown, 67 yards on the afternoon. Really good game. Really good game for the second player, no doubt about it. And then Howard at, kind of cleaning things up there in the fourth quarter, 5.5 yards per carry, 44 yards, long as 16. Yeah, nothing to sneeze at right there. Like you do love to see it. Speaking of the quarterbacks earlier, Sean Clifford, 10 of 19 for 111 yards for a rating of 70.3. Efficient day for a guy who we all know, you all saw the headlines early in camp, was really struggling with interceptions, turning the ball over, etc. Clean game from Clifford. I will say, certainly a number of plays he probably understands he'd like to put in a better spot as far as throwing behind guys. There were at least 3 throws where guys have a good release, especially on some of the backside slant stuff, and just put it out in front of them. They're probably still running, but overall, clean game from Clifford. Jordan Love, like I said, finishes 2 of 2 for 63 yards and a touchdown with a rating of 158.3. Not too shabby. And then the rookie, Michael Pratt, finishing 5 of 7 for 46 yards at 89 rating. I will say probably his throw of the day was on the backside to the lone wide receiver, giving the guy enough time, enough space to make the reception, make the play. Good route to give the quarterback somewhere to throw the ball. Certainly didn't seem too big for him. And he's a rookie, his first NFL real live action. Looked the part, no question about it. I think this battle, such as it is between Clifford and Pratt, will most likely go throughout preseason. They're going to be crowning anybody just yet. But on the flip side, I thought obviously Evan Williams, great day at the office, led the team in tackles, forced a fumble. You see, I was kind of joking about it on the live stream. Like, I feel I need to back off on my praise of Williams because that's seemingly all I do. But I think you guys saw today what I've been seeing as far as he's a contributor immediately. Like, I don't know if he gets the starting gig, but there's no way you're keeping this kid on the bench for any meaningful length of time. Smart football player, physical guy, clearly knows the game, has taken well to the scheme. You saw some of those results today. I thought also Robert Rochelle had a really strong day, both on special teams and from scrimmage. And his work from scrimmage is paramount because there's no way you can just keep a guy because his teams. But if he shows that he's adept and clearly like able to step out there and give you meaningful reps and it's not too overwhelming and he can certainly fit in with like some of your sub packages or if injuries happen, I think he made a good step today in showing it, like working off of, I thought, what was a pretty decent family night. Another good outing from Rochelle today. You saw him on the big tackle when he was a gunner on special teams, on punt coverage. That's kind of been his norm. He's been running with the ones on punt coverage. That's his path to the roster, no doubt about it. But overall, I thought another strong day from Michelle. Hello to everybody in the comments. So good to see everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I know y'all got some questions. Raha, what's up? Joseph is clearly behind Anders in the try to hit the upright battle. It pains me to say it because my boy Billy will no doubt be talking about this on Carry the G Radio this week, podcast. But yeah, it's hard to look at this kicking competition, such as it is, and not give the nod to Joseph at the moment. Now, it doesn't mean that we're done, doesn't mean that anyone's been crowned, but you just see the kicks, and they're so clear, right as rain, right down the middle from Joseph. And then with Anders, it's almost an adventure every kick. Now, Carlson made his kicks. I'll take it. And it looks great on the stat sheet, but if you're the Packers, you got to be given serious consideration to making that switch. Now, again, I've talked about it a lot. You got to look at the totality, and they most certainly will. They'll continue this probably, as Billy and I discussed last week, through preseason. But hard to deny Joseph looks the part right now and looks to be the better kicker. But we'll see. Soder, what's up? Oh, yes. 155 yards rushing at 4.5 per pop. Nice. Hey, Soder. That's the running game, right? And look, who knows what it would have been average-wise if they hadn't run A.J. Dillon into a brick wall repeatedly early on. And I've seen people, certainly during the chat and even on Twitter already, like getting on A.J., but like, what did he have to work with? I mean, give my guy some work. Give him some chance. Give him some opportunity. Like, Wilson ran well. Don't get it twisted. Good outing from Wilson. No question about it. But he had a little more to work with. AJ kept continuously running into a brick wall. That's not his fault. I thought there were 2 carries in particular where I thought AJ made something happen where there was absolutely nothing in front of him, and he did well just to make sure it wasn't a negative game. So, yeah, I get it. Especially after the beginning of last season, people are down on AJ, etc. But, yeah, I don't think today tells very much anything close to a story when it comes to A.J. Dillon. Joe, what's up? It's early, but I kind of like the new kickoff rules. See, you're the one. Man, I don't know. Like, now we've been through, 2 weeks, essentially, of the new kickoff in preseason, and I don't know, man. Like, I understand wanting to, quote, revitalize the play. I understand wanting to keep guys safe because we know the running start leads to a lot of, especially head injuries, head trauma, etc. Definitely want to get that out of the game, but just get it out of the game. Just get the play out of the game. Just have start on the 25. Like, eventually someone somewhere may break one and it'll be exciting and everyone will be excited about it. But to me, that's going to be few and far between. It's going to be very difficult to do. You've eliminated the surprise onside, one of the greatest aspects of football ever. I don't know, man. I'm not too jazzed about the new kickoff rules, but hey, they're here to stay this year at least. It's a 1-year rule. They'll reevaluate after the season. But yeah, we'll see. Nathaniel, thanks for the super chat. LVN came to eat. You're not lying, man. Good showing from Lucas Van Ness. Got to keep it going. Got to keep it going against frontline competition. But yes, good day at the office for the former Packers first-round pick. I do think he was disruptive as hell. I also think that it's going to be fascinating to see how they handle that rotation, right? As far as, they basically roll 4 deep. And I know Brenton Cox almost had that sack today. He's probably kicking himself. He's your 5th rusher, right? But essentially, that top 4 between Preston, Rashawn, Lucas Van Ness, and Enikbare, it's going to be really interesting how they manage that workload, trying to keep guys fresh, hopefully sending guys in waves as the game goes on. But Lucas Van Ness, I mean, that's just a hint of the problems he can create. And we didn't really see him do much interior rushing as far as we saw him take advantage of a guard, I think, on one particular stunt, right, where he started outside and looped in. But I think there's still plenty to work on as far as not just him as an edge rusher, but working him inside. That could be exciting. That could be really exciting. Green Ranger says Wicks is continuing where he left off. You ain't lying. And pretty damn impressive, right? And I said it the other day on Twitter, like there was a practice, I think it was 2 practices ago, he was unguardable. Like, he was legit. It didn't matter if it was Jair, whether it was Stokes, whether it was one of the safeties, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you put on him. If you try to get him one-on-one, good luck. And I haven't seen the coach's tape, but I think that's where the Browns got caught today. He is outstanding off the line of scrimmage, and he's a problem for anyone trying to guard him one-on-one. No doubt about it. Brett Hundley is still being the journeyman that he is. Shadid, different. Hundley was the former Packers quarterback. Huntley was the Browns quarterback today. Different guys. Danny says, I like this defense, Nags. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's different, right? And at least there are moments where you see them challenging people. Funnily enough, what we saw today on that field, nowhere near what we've seen as far as kind of multiple, difficult, dictating stuff that we've seen from Hafley on the practice field. Not even close. Like, it was obviously very vanilla. It's always going to be vanilla in the preseason, but you certainly saw just a snippet of what's available to them. No question about it. Kenneth says, not sure we've learned anything about the new kickoff rule just yet. Yeah, probably not. Other than the construct, right? Like what's allowed, how it looks, how it operates. Teams will start to get creative as we get closer to the regular season, or when we get in the regular season. I have no doubt. But just the inherent nature of it makes it pretty passive. And look, I understand. Like I said, player safety, I'm all for it. I get it. Just start him on 25. Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it evolves. Squib it into the end zone. Maybe. Doug Hype. What's up, Doug Hype? How you doing, buddy? Jordan Love is poetry in motion. Perfect pairing with Carry the G Cream Ale. Oh, Doug, you see, that's why I love you, because now you're giving me the perfect opportunity. What's up?
Well, we carry the G wherever we may be, so creamy and cold, and from the land of the green and gold.
And I understand that's kind of mastered somewhat loudly. It's probably a little louder than you would like, given where my voice is during these chats, and then the song comes on and it's really loud. But you know what? Shout out Jason, because that song is dope as hell. Absolutely love it. What else we got here, folks? Mark says our depth is impressive. I agree for the most part, outside of offensive tackle. That's the one spot, right? That's where, if you got to be worried about something, if you're like, I am not existing in life unless I'm worried about something regarding the Green Bay Packers, offensive tackle depth. That's where you're living right now. Wow. Do we have that in Florida? No, Dennis. No, you do not. Wisconsin only for now. What else we got here, folks? Go from Houston. What's up, Daniel? How about those Texans yesterday? I know you're Go Pack Go, but I can't wait for that showdown with the Texans in Lambeau Field with the Packers wearing all white with the white helmets. I'm in on that. Toe drag swag is going to be on point this season. Denny Towell. I mean, how about that play from Grant Dubose? I mean, Dubose in general today was fucking outstanding, but that catch up the left sideline where he gets that right foot / toe on the ground before he gets out of bounds, that's an impressive fucking play. That's eye-opening. You talk about needing to make a play every day, making a play to make coaches take notice, making a play that makes people go, oh, who's that? I mean, he's done that several days in a row in practice, and that catch there just adds to the list, right? I mean, that's impressive stuff. Now, what I will find interesting is how he looks when you go back and look, and which I plan to do tonight, at his run blocking. Because, look, Malik Heath didn't make this squad because he was an amazing route runner or an awesome down-the-field threat or whatever. He can be effective in the passing game, obviously. But he is a dog when it comes to on the perimeter, rooting guys out, making way for the running back, getting defensive backs on the ground in the run game. You know, Dubose has to show that. Again, I'm anxious to go see what he did in that regard. But man, from a receiver standpoint, good day at the office for Grant Dubose, no doubt about it. Whiteberger. Somebody pinched me. Did I see a blitz? I mean, a few that got home. I mean, look, just blitzing is not the answer. I mean, yes, you want pressure, you want to like create doubt in the quarterback's mind, but hey, man, just a blitz is not like that amazing of a thing. I'll remind you, Joe Barry, whether you believe it or not, also blitzed and sometimes got home and sometimes got beat. Dan, did you see Caleb Jones today? Guy made everyone else on the line look like children. I really like Caleb Jones. It was hard to miss him, seeing as the broadcast was really highlighting him. It was clear they had pre-produced packages like we're going to talk about him, we're going to feature him, etc., which they should. Year 3, clearly he's on the Yash Nyman track, right? Like hopefully we can develop this really raw prospect into that swing tackle that we need. I thought for the most part, from what I saw, and I will definitely want to go back and look, but from what I saw, he held up well. I do think, there's no doubt that it's probably a case where he needs a lot more consistency. Most young guys do, but this is the year and this is the summer where you want to see that start to gel, where down in and down out, you're getting the same guy no matter what, no matter who he's facing, rush wise, right? But like I said, first blush, it seemed to play really well. Daniel, thank you for being a Care the G Club member. Appreciate you. Cannot wait to see this team in Brazil. It's a dream, really. Daniel, can I just tell you, dude, A, same. B, I can't believe, A, I'm going to Brazil, and this football team is playing there, and I get to watch it. Like, that's insanity to me. I can't wait. It's surreal just thinking about it. I'm very excited about it. Joe, thanks for the super chat, man. Who are guys, if any, you think the Packers would like to stash on the practice squad, but who likely wouldn't clear waivers? Joe, you've been watching this channel long enough. You should know this. Nobody. Like, yes, are there guys that they hope to get through? Sure. Will they get through? Most likely. I understand everybody's like been burned as a Packers fan by the Saints picking up a guy that the Packers probably thought was going to get through waivers and didn't. But I'm begging you, there are guys lower down the depth chart in every NFL city who are making plays, fans are getting excited about. They're going to get cut and put on practice squads in 31 other NFL franchises. It's just there. I get that. Yes, every once in a while, someone will get claimed. There's no doubt about it. But man, the people we are excited about, there are fans of every other team getting excited about their guys. And as far as like the Packers and being amiable to, okay, we'll cut this guy and we'll get this guy through waivers and we'll put him on the practice squad, 99% of the time, that's going to be fine. Yes, every once in a while, a claim will get made on a guy that you thought would get through. But it is a very, very, very rare thing. It is not the norm that I think Packers fans have kind of built in their mind after Taysom Hill. It's just not. Do not worry about it. Bo needed Jordan throwing him the ball. Eddie, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, Bo Melton. Rough game. Now, were there a couple throws that Clifford had behind him? No question about it. That first one, 1,000,000,000% should have caught. And there was another one later in the game that he absolutely dropped. Love Bo. Love his game. Love everything he did for the Packers last season. But this is the nature of the beast. You got to be consistent. You got to bring it down in and down out, game in and game out. And he knows this. I'm not saying anything he doesn't know. But yeah, that's life in the NFL. He's now put a couple drops on tape. That's not great. And again, when you've got Grant Dubose coming up behind you, you better come correct in this next preseason game. Hell, you better come correct these next couple practices. prior to the joint practice where you also better come correct. That's why you can't. This is why I love what Brian's done with the roster as far as fomenting competition, right? Like, it's a tough day for Bo, but I'm fascinated to see how he responds. We saw last year, guy's a dog, guy's got it. He can absolutely play at this league, in this league, and at this level, no doubt. But you got to do it every single time you step on the field if you want to remain in the rotation, if you want to remain kind of in the graces, right, of the offense. Like, as far as not only just being involved, but occasionally getting your number called, etc. You got to show that you're consistent. Look, again, I love Bo, love his game. Tough day at the office today. I have no doubt he will bounce back. No question. Craig, thanks for being a Care of the G Club member. Why did Newman get so many plays? Because he's played a lot of football for them, and they want to be able to operate up front. And that's not to say that, like, they think he's the bee's knees or he's a great player, but they want to make sure that they can operate in the offense. And he is a guy who is, whether obviously, I was going to say whether you love or hate him. I know most Packers fans hate him, but he's assignment sure. You know what you're going to get. He's going to be, in the places he's supposed to be. Now, is he going to get beat some of those times? Yeah, undoubtedly. But yeah, no, they're just trying to operate on offense. And also, probably in the back of their minds, they're like, let's put him on tape. Let's show people potential trade bait. Like, okay, here's an offensive player, offensive guard, tackle, not tackle really, but guard who's played a ton of snaps in the league, can operate on offense, give us a 7th-round pick. Potential's there. Doug, thanks for the super chat, man. The real early season question: who will smuggle Carry the G cream ale to Brazil? I nominate Soder. I don't know. Is Soder going to Brazil? It won't be me, though. I will say that. I will not be smuggling Carry the G ale. Seattle asks, how is Brenton Cox? I thought he was active. Really wish he would have had that sack. He had a sack he had a potential sack where he did a great job getting into the backfield very quickly, had the quarterback legit right in front of him, and couldn't close the deal. Overall, I thought Brenton had a good game. But that's the play that will be highlighted. And if they are want to do so, unquestionably, you will see people kind of put that on social media, etc. Overall, I thought he had a decent game. Got to go back and watch it. But that play in particular will probably stand out. Injury update on Watson. He was out there. He was not among the guys who were shut down. Ball just didn't go his way on the 3 plays the starting offense played. That's all I know. Do we get more of Lloyd this preseason? Sean, tough to say. I mean, he left the game with a hamstring injury after his 1 carry today. Unfortunate. You hate to see it, but man, I'm telling you, we got a soft tissue injury, probably going to miss some time. I would think probably a week, if not 2. Definitely I would suspect, not play in the next preseason game. Going to be hard. You talk about stashing people on the practice squad after today and that injury and leaving the game. Lloyd's a good candidate. No doubt about it. All right, everybody. I'm going to have to get going. I cannot thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day and after the games, during the games. You guys are thebomb.com. Cannot thank you enough for the support and the engagement. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night. Go Pack, go.